3, 2, 1.
International superstar, Miss Buttabrocka!
You are now tuned in to Buttabrocka on Transparency Talks Podcast.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Transparency Talks Podcast. We have another great show for you guys, but before I bring on my special guest, I want to make sure that you guys are staying safe during COVID. You know, the temperature is changing, it's getting warm, everybody wants to get together, and that's cool and all, but also make sure you understand and realize still COVID going on out there, so mask up. Be as safe as you can. I mean, I know that, you know, we're beings and we need to be around other people. Trust me, I get this completely. But make sure that you are being safe because there are lives that have been lost, and we want to make sure that you and your family are safe. Another thing, my new single just dropped, Strange Love. If you have not seen the video, it's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's everywhere. Make sure you check it out. It's called Strange Love featuring Homer Mac. Make sure you check out the video. If you like it, share it, leave a comment. You know what I mean? So anyway, without further ado, I'm truly tripping. Make sure that you guys are elevating your mind. Make sure you read my book, Fear of Failure, Fear of Not Trying. I did become an Amazon bestseller within 7 hours. Also, make sure you read Defiant One's Teen Magazine. It is an amazing magazine that highlights teens and young adults. So without further ado, I would like to bring on Mr. Terrance Hutchinson. He is the CEO of Your Best Lifestyles. He's also a 2-time author, a celebrity chef, and a health and wellness coach. And also, he is my fiance. Hello, how are you?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
I'm good. You know, I'm listening to you. I'm like, this girl.
So, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Certainly. Well, my name is Terrance Hutchinson. I'm a certified health and wellness specialist, specializing in diabetes prevention, exercise therapy, medical fitness, medical nutrition, exercise and disease, just to name a few things. So that's my scope of practice.
I mean, you do a lot of things, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Got to stay productive.
Yeah, definitely. So people, you know, they see you now online and everything, and they see you all swole and you doing so many big things, you know, with your life. But, you know, you've had some setbacks and you've had some struggles just like everybody else. Can you tell our listeners your story?
Well, to put it all in a nutshell, the setbacks in 2010, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I was at a party in Miami. I was partying hard for a couple of years, trying to suppress a lot of emotional things I had going on with a divorce and relocating to Atlanta. And I was just wilding out, man, from city to city, from Atlanta to Miami to, you know, Alabama, wherever the party was, that's where I was at. But my body couldn't take any more of it, and it shut itself down. So diabetes kicked in, and that was all she wrote, man. You know, it was a lot of complications from that, like frequent urination, blurry vision, extreme weight loss, lack of appetite, just increased thirstiness. It's like, it was crazy. It was one of those moments where I thought I was actually going to die. I was going to die, actually. So,
okay. So
yeah.
let's go back because you skipped through this a little too quick. So you're in Miami, you're partying, you're having a good time. Did you know you were sick? Did you know you had diabetes?
No, I did not know I was sick, but I knew something was going on. Something was not right. These symptoms and conditions were not normal from a healthy man. And
okay.
so it was just, I did not know at all.
Okay, so you ended up going to the hospital, or you went to your doctor? What happened?
We got back to Atlanta the next day, and I went to my doctor's appointment, and I fell out right in the lobby, and they called 911, and ambulance came and got me, and they started doing my vitals, and they said, "Hey, you got complications of diabetes," and I thought it was like, not me, this can't be happening because this is an old person's disease. So, but yeah, that's what it was, and they took me to ICU immediately. I was there for 3.5 days.
Wow. Okay, so during those 3.5 days, what happened?
Well, I didn't have any taste buds. I went from 240 pounds to 220 pounds. Well, 204 pounds in that short time period. So they had to hook me up with IV solutions to really get my levels back up. My sugar was all in my lens. I couldn't see, had blurry vision. You know, I couldn't eat, I couldn't taste any food. So they was really putting me back together. And so my brokenness actually became my message.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I didn't know when we first got together, I didn't know that you was able to reverse your type 2 diabetes. I didn't even know that you had diabetes because, I met you and you was all extra.
Extra.
So, right. So I didn't even know that you had, had complications with diabetes, but, you was doing a speech and you told the audience that how many people came into the ICU?
At that particular day and time, 5 people checked in the ICU with complications of diabetes, and only 1 person checked out 3 days later, and that was me. So these individuals already had diabetes, from what I understand. So they already had underlying conditions and complications from the lifestyle disease. But I walked out of there, and with the blessings of God, that's the only way I ever made it out.
Wow. Okay. So, all right. You go through diabetes. You're now hooked up to ICU. You're now in ICU. You got all of these things hooked up to you. You're looking up at the ceiling and you're like, okay, I got to change my life.
Yeah.
So what was the steps that you took?
I was so frail because I was so malnutrition. I didn't have all the nutrients in my body. I was super weak. And I started researching the different type of foods I should be eating at this point. I started getting back in the gym, and like 2 months going hard in the gym for 2 times a day. And then a person came in and said, "Look, are you the trainer here?" And a light bulb went off. So I got my license and certifications, and the rest was history.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you were speaking at an event and you came on stage and you took out a wad of money and you threw it up in the air. Can you tell us about what happened and why did you throw this money in the air?
Well, I threw the money up to let the audience know and what it feels like to actually be throwing money away on not taking care of yourself, like going to the doctor when you don't have to go, like the co-pays, the insurance premiums, the medicine. I wanted to teach people how to redirect that money back into their checking account just by taking care of themselves, practicing the tips and strategies of self-care, putting self first, and making sure that you're making the best choices possible when it comes down to your nutrition, your exercise routines, your water consumption, even having a conversation with your primary physicians. I need you to be aware of how much money you're actually throwing away if you're not paying attention to what you're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you was on Sister Circle, and I have that clip. Hold on 1 second.
Welcome back. As you may know, I recently went on a fitness journey myself and participated in my first bodybuilding competition, and I'm currently getting ready for my next one in June. We all know that getting fit builds our confidence. Staying fit may be another hurdle of its own. Here to help us keep it together, though, is certified fitness and nutrition specialist Terrance Hutchinson. Terrance Hutchinson.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God. Well, thank you. You're looking, first of all, you're looking like the bomb. You're all muscled up down here. You look sharp.
Working hard.
And the table smells amazing. Now, you have not always been fit, right, Terrance?
Correct.
You've had some battles with yourself, even some battles with diabetes.
Yes.
Talk to us about how you overcame that and what put you into this nutrition world.
You know, I overcame type 2 diabetes. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I know that's
sick
right.
and tired of injecting myself with the insulin.
Oh, my
sick
goodness.
and tired of popping metformin. I got tired of it. I got tired of looking for that fatty pocket to inject the needles, right? I got tired of that. So I had to transform my life. But before I had to do that, I had to transfer my mindset. That's the whole thing. Diabetes maintenance is a $327 billion a year industry on maintenance. So my job, I figured, is to help everybody to reverse that and save some of their money in the long run.
Yes.
Okay, so that became my mess became my message.
So do you think that, you know, you talk about having to do the injections and the process of that. Do you think that that mental routine kind of blocked you from being able to get up and get started? What was the moment? Talk to us about that moment that you decided, you know what, the first thing I'm going to do is...
Well, the first moment was when I got my first medication.
Okay.
It was $166 for a medicine called Lantus at the time. I had great insurance. But
it was still $166.
It was $166 a week, 4 weeks, $644, 12 months. That came out to almost $8,000 a year. Wow. The average diabetic user is going to spend an average of $10,000 to $16,000 a year just on diabetes maintenance. So that was the point that I say, you know what, let's get it together. Yeah. Okay, let's get it together.
It's
I had
too
to save
expensive
money.
to be unhealthy.
It costs too much to be sick.
Ain't nobody got time for it.
Nobody got time for the diabetes. It costs too much to be sick.
Okay, so talk to us about the steps of reversing it, because a lot of people think that it's just like a death sentence. When you say diabetes, they think, oh man, I'm not gonna have it forever, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
So talk to us about how you started to reverse it.
Talk with your primary physician.
Yes.
Talk with your dietitians. Control your stress levels. Okay. Okay, that's the main thing, especially if you have a dream job and it's a nightmare, that's a stressor. Identify your stressors, okay? Identify the foods that you're eating, okay? Make sure that you eating from the glycemic index. Yes. Making sure that everything is under at least 50 milligrams of sugar, right?
So you can stabilize the insulin levels.
Vegetables, fruits, lean greens, berries, oranges, apples, healthy fats like olives, okay? Yeah. I got tuna here for protein, protein powder, chicken pieces, beans and legumes for the vegetarians, you know, stuff like that.
And all this stuff looks good, so it's a myth that you can't eat good and it tastes good.
Right, you can still make healthy meals out of this. These are mixed nuts right here, a lot of fiber, a lot of potassium and everything, protein.
I see something over here though.
Yes.
That is in my house right now. And it's a food. Right. But it's not for me, but my kids like this here honey bun.
Yeah, the honey bun.
Talk to us about this honey bun and this here Doritos, because I like Doritos too.
Okay, so this is like 25 grams of sugar. You do not want to eat this on a regular basis, okay?
Terrible.
These are $1 a piece. You get a box for $1, like 6 of them. You want to stay away from all this, right? Same thing with the Doritos. This is going to raise your blood glucose level. If you're diabetic, you want to stay away from these chips, honey buns, cookies, anything. I got some cookies right here for you cookie monsters out there. So you want to make sure you stay away from a lot of these things, okay? So make sure you always go back to the healthy stuff, to the fruits. Now, every once in a while, it's okay, you may have like 17 pieces of chips, okay? That's the recommended amount most diabetics, but I would recommend stay away from this as much as possible if you're trying to reverse type 2 diabetes. It's a big deal, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So I have some pictures because I was like, okay, who is this? So
that was at the pool party in Miami. That's the date.
I mean, that's not you. I've said this a million times. And that does not look like you in any form.
That is me. You know what? I thought I was sexy then. No lie.
Oh my. Okay. All right. Well, you know, I guess. All right. So again, for all of the people that has diabetes and everything, it is possible to reverse diabetes, which is one of a good, that's a wonderful thing to do. But what I notice about a lot of people is when they hear, hey, I gotta lose weight, I need to do this, I need to do that, the first thing they want to try to do is either fast and only do liquids, or they try to cut out all carbs, or they get so extreme on all of the stuff so that when they do come back, or when they do begin to eat carbs again, they begin to eat it excessively. Can you explain why that's not a good thing to do and what you should do?
Well, it's okay to go into a fast or even juicing, but stay away from all the fad diets. I don't recommend those. But once you get that bad report card from your doctor, of course you want to do your research. You want to find somebody who actually is a diabetic, or reverse it, just maintain it, whatever it is. You want to find a rhythm, a protein that works for you, a program that works for you. So you go extreme, you go hard, and then you get away with all the bad carbs. You start you try to get the good ones, and also you want to get the carbs that's on the low glycemic list, and really have a balance on your glucose levels. But after a while, people get bored because they don't know how to formulate their meals properly. And you know what? They feel like as long as they had the metformin or the insulin, and they're injecting the medicine or popping a pill, they can have whatever they want to have. So that's one of the things that you should stay away from. You have to be very disciplined and make the sacrifices if you want to control or reverse this diabetes situation.
Absolutely. So you wear a lot of hats. I mean, you are a certified health and wellness coach, all these different things. Can you tell everybody what you do? And I have a question about this certified exercise therapist, because it's a lot.
Well, what I do, I started off as a personal trainer.
Okay.
And I already had a background in culinary arts and hospitality management. So once I got into being a personal trainer, over time, I got bored with it. I felt like I need to do something more. So I got into sports nutrition. Then I got into exercise therapy. I got into medical fitness, medical nutrition. And what that did, these specialized certifications opened up the door to go way beyond just personal training. So now, I work with chiropractors, physical therapists, your doctors. I work with athletic athletes, non-athlete, handicapped, disabled, you name it. I work with these individuals. So it's important to wear a lot of hats, because now, I'm able to go in different areas and down different avenues where I can really help people, who are suffering from a lot of lifestyle conditions. So, when it comes down to personal training, I just got bored with it a little bit. I still do it once in a while, but helping people who are suffering from certain ailments and conditions, maybe be recovering from a stroke or cancer, obesity, diabetes, that's my thing. And I get great enjoyment with helping other people, really get back to some type of activities of daily living and the quality of life through that.
Okay, so they go through some difficulties and they start physical therapy. After physical therapy, should they see you, or is physical therapy enough?
It all depends on your situation. A lot of times I recommend you come see me, and then I'll work closely with your physical therapist. So we'll pick up after that prescriptive care. We'll pick up from that session from your physical therapist, and then we have a continuation with some of those programs, because whenever you come from physical therapy, you're only going to get a number of sessions, but life still is going on. Life's still happening. Okay. So you got to continue on. If you can't afford it, then by all means doing it. Because most people, they don't hold themselves accountable if they're doing it by themselves. So they need a coach to help them push it through to the next level. So, and we work with your insurance companies. We working with, Medicare, Medicaid, we working with your doctors to make sure you're getting the best treatment after that prescriptive care as well.
Well, a lot of people know that I had a torn meniscus, torn ACL, and I dislocated my shoulder. And I, for an entire year, was doing physical therapy 3 times a week. Terrance was there every single session with me. And then afterwards, he would work my knee and work my shoulder and everything. So every time I would go back, they would say that I'm improving quicker because I had the extra help from you. So thank you.
And you're welcome. And then, and on top of that, you were able to save $178,000 in rehab and medical bills.
Very true.
That's what I'm talking about. And see, if you didn't do the recommended changes, you would have had that money would have had to come out of your pocket easy. You wouldn't have still paying at the day.
Definitely. So we was talking about you wearing a lot of hats. You're a published actor, you're a model, you're a 2-time author. Yeah. How do you balance your business and personal life?
It's all about priorities, and whatever's coming up, that's what I tackle first. And we try to make, way for every project. We try to make way for the business and for my personal life. So everything we do is a business. It's a contract between me and me. So it's a work-life balance, but you really have to pinpoint where you need to be and why, and don't worry about how you're going to do it. Just go ahead and do it. So you have to take the leap. And it's not easy. It's very challenging at times. And but for the most part of it, whatever's coming down the pipeline, I just take care of it and I do what I got to do.
Okay. So tell us about your books.
The first book is 150 quick and easy recipe. Most people have it already, and some people did order some. This is the first book that I wrote. It's 150 quick and easy recipes to transform your body. And because of my culinary arts background, I had recipes already there. And because of my nutritional background, I was able to tweak those recipes and put it in a book where, you can make healthy meals in less than 20 minutes and be eaten. Nobody has time to be in the kitchen like Big Mama anymore. You're too busy for that. Yes. So, we busy professionals, whether you're athlete, non-athlete, you suffer from any type of lifestyle conditions, whatever it is, these recipes can get you going. And so the second recipe book is 25 irresistible desserts that you can indulge. And this book is all about sugar-free desserts for all you lovers out there, got a sweet tooth. This, especially if you're diabetic, this book is pretty much, you can have this and not feel guilty about it. Okay, it's dark chocolate, stevia products, stuff like that, and make sure that it's puddings, it's mousses, it's cakes, it's cookies, all those different things. And you can have the great taste of desserts with all the sugary products that's in it, so you won't feel guilty about it.
Okay. So you have another book that's coming out soon. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. We're editing that down right now. This one is going to really make an impact. I really believe that. It's called Get Rid of Diabetes Now, 7 Proven Strategies for Reversal. We changed the title because we wanted to have a more broader spectrum with the book. And during COVID, we wanted to add components on there that were parallel COVID-19 and diabetes, because it's a big thing. And like, I would have put this book out last year and then COVID hit, it wouldn't have did no justice. So as a diabetic, it's a straight parallel line between diabetes and COVID-19. So we want to make sure that we add that in there and get it going. So that'll be out probably maybe about another month or so.
Okay. All right. So you are a chef to one of the top motivational speakers, Mr. Les Brown. Tell me how you feel about that. I mean, that's a big responsibility right there.
Mr. Brown, I've been listening to Mr. Brown for years now. Like I tell him every day, I say, you helped me so much even before I came into your life or you came into my life. And just listening to him, being around him every day, watching him go live, talking on the shows, that really helped me doing my podcast as well. So, just having the idea to make sure that he's eating properly because he's 70, so he just had a 76th birthday. And he's still going strong, and he has so much more to contribute to the world. So I want to be that piece that can really, push him to the next level as far as, nutrition and diet and making sure he's getting what he's getting. So it's a great experience. It's a wonderful experience. I'm learning a lot. I'm definitely learning a lot. And he's just an overall cool dude.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you also have a podcast called Your Best Lifestyles Podcast.
Yes.
Can you tell us what type of subjects and guests do you have on?
Well, the podcast is all about health and wellness, but it doesn't have to be about working out. It can be about emotional wellness, financial wellness, environmental wellness, spiritual wellness. We interview people from all over the world, 53 countries, 1.3 million listeners, Canada, South Africa, all over. A lot of authors, people come out and they want to share their story. We're talking with a lot of chiropractors, physical therapists, doctors, sex therapists. It just, the list goes on, man. And it's very exciting because of COVID-19, we started back up last year when we was quarantined and shut in. The podcast just took off, and we have like over 340 sponsors and advertisers right now, which is to me is a blessing. It's like wow. So when people advertise and sponsor with you, they believe in what you're doing because they're just not going to give you your money or their product. And it's an amazing feeling, to have to connect like that and have people just trust in what you do. So we love the podcast. We're moving up right now. We're going into some more areas around the world. I mean, the phone and the emails are coming in about being a guest or advertising with us. So it's just an amazing feeling right now. I'm excited about that for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So another question for you is, you just was talking about COVID. How have you been coping with COVID? I mean, COVID hit a lot of people differently.
Yeah. This is the first time somebody asked me how I was coping or how I am coping with COVID-19. This is unprecedented times. This is something that I never experienced before. Even me knowing the strategies of how to take care of myself during these shutdown times, I still have to pay attention to my mental health, my emotional health, because sometimes I'd be like, yo, what is going on? It's like, and you say, okay, I need to meditate. I need to pray. I need to drink my water. I need to go for a walk. I need to go train. But a lot of times you get hit from all different angles and you're distracted so much. Sometimes it paralyzes you mentally and physically. And then between your brain and your heart, it's a lot of fighting going on. Like, you need to answer a lot of questions. So it's a tug of war going on. So, I mean, I still have to practice what I know as far as, taking care of myself and watching how I speak to myself. Like really, when I look into the mirror, I got to pat myself on the back and say, you're doing a great job, instead of just negatively self-talking. And, because your subconscious mind is really recording everything. So right. I had to go talk to a therapist. Even me, I got to go talk to somebody too, because I'm just like everybody else. I'm trying to figure it all out. So I'm just trying to practice my self-care strategies and, stay in the gym and, keep my stress down and eliminate anything that does not serve me in the process.
Okay. So what are some ways to keep your stress down?
Oh man, like I said, meditation. I love to meditate, sit quietly, exercise definitely. I like warm baths. I like massages. I like eating properly. Going for a walk when I'm able to. Just to name a few, man. Sometimes just sitting quietly in the morning when you wake up and just lay there and just show gratitude and just thank God, and it's because it could be worse. I could be shut into ICU and all that stuff like that. So gratitude goes a long way. And that's one of the key things for me to really, really deal with this COVID-19, this whole quarantine thing.
Got you. So you have an event coming up on March 25th with NAB Film. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
March 25th, we're going to do a live broadcast, health and wellness strategies and tips on how to maintain your health and wellness and during quarantine. It's going to be probably about an hour, 30 minutes of talking, then maybe like 30 minutes of Q&As. To really give people expert advice on how they can really control their appetite, making sure they don't pick up the quarantine 15, controlling their stress, exercise, even when you don't want to do it. It's just going to be a lot of helpful information to help get people through this pandemic.
You just said quarantine 15. Can you tell our audience what does that mean? Because I've never heard that term.
Quarantine 15 right now, what they're naming it as, the 15 pounds that most people are putting on automatically because they're shut in and working remotely in their home. So we're constantly at our desk, we're working, we're not moving as much, and we're snacking a lot. The Bloomberg report last year says that the sales of pretzels and popcorn went up by 47%, and the sales of potato chips went up by 45%. So that means that people are emotionally snacking a lot. So that's where the 15 pounds at. They're not burning the calories off. They're not working out, drinking their water. So 15 pounds automatically is going to kind of like this grab on to you. And most people put on 45, 50 pounds.
Wow.
And so that's what that means. Quarantine 15 at least 15 pounds.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that you have taught me to do is hack my environment. Can you explain what that means?
Hacking your environment means, like when people say, oh, I don't have time to work out. You got time. If you're on that couch, you can exercise. You can do some dips. You can do some push-ups off the arm of the couch. You can do leg raises. You can do sit-ups. Get on the floor, put your feet underneath that couch and do some sit-ups. You can do it, So it's all about hacking your environment wherever you are. If you're in the kitchen making those snacks and sandwiches, you can do squats, you can do kickouts, you can do hip raises, you can do a whole lot of different exercises, but you just have to condition your mind and do it. So it's no excuses, hacking your environment. And if you have anything solid, or even you have elastic bands and pulley bands, you can wrap around the table leg and really, work your upper body, lower body, whatever you do. So you don't really need a gym per se, but 90% of people are not that motivated at their home environment. So they're not motivated to work out. So this is why, people go to the gym, because you get the energy of the environment. You're seeing everybody getting it in. So this is why gyms are important versus, I got a home gym. I got fur coat laying on it. I'm not even using it. So back in the gym I go. It's hard to stay motivated. So hacking your environment, and not just in your home, but in your office as well. Or even if you're walking a dog to the park and you're on a bench, same thing. Wherever you are, you can hack your environment.
Okay. Well, I can definitely say I am guilty of not wanting to do anything. Because I'm more of a person, I like to work out with other people. So you have definitely been my accountability partner and have pushed me. And every time I'm just sitting here, because, I get dug into my work and everything, you'll come downstairs and say, you need to move your legs and you need to do this. And it really helps me. So I definitely recommend people getting accountability partners, that's going to really push you to stay active, because that's the key right now, staying active, as active as you can.
And you know what? And especially if you're recovering from a lifestyle ailment like a stroke, even if you have rheumatoid arthritis, you got stiffness of the joint and the nerves go straight into that joint. You got bone on bone pain. You're at level 2, level 3 obesity. It's important. You're handicapped, you're disabled. If you fall in any one of these categories, it's imperative that you get up and move. The body is designed to move. The body is designed to be outdoors. It's not designed to be in the house. We quarantine people in the house. This is why you see so many people walking now. They're walking their dog. They're walking with their spouse. significant other, everybody's walking right now because but you need to build up your immune system. So when they're talking about COVID-19 and being quarantined, you know what? The only thing I hear about, they're only talking about healthy people trying to stay healthy. They're not talking about all these other people who are already sick from a stroke or recovering from that, or people who are handicapped. They put these individuals at the kiddie table. You never really hear them talk about them. They only hear like us, what we're going to do. But these individuals in my scope of practice are being pushed to the side. And we have to make sure that we pay attention to them as well, because it's important for them to get exercise, to get the blood flowing, to get the cognitive awareness, getting more flexibility, more mobility in their joints. So it's very important. And this is why I'm so excited about this, because anybody can say, hey, go run a mile, lift some weights. But what about the people who have those challenges? They still need that type of workout too. And so this is where the corrective exercises comes in, that exercise therapy, coordinate with your physical therapist as well as your chiropractor. So this is what we do.
Okay. You're getting some great comments and everything too.
Yeah, man.
Definitely telling some really good stuff over here. So you've been featured on NBC, ABC, Fox, CBS, multiple magazines. Like you're all over the world right now. What's next for you?
Oh man. Hopefully I get some of these callbacks for some of these commercials. And but definitely we're looking at doing a cooking show, waiting on a feedback from that, and that's going to be really great, based off the book 150 Quick and Easy Recipes. We're looking to coordinate with a lot of diabetes foundations to see what's going on with that. I don't know about that because they don't want me to talk about reversal. They want me to talk about maintaining a lot. I don't like talking about maintaining.
Well, that's because it if you're telling people, hey, you can reverse it, then that kind of stops their money flow.
Yeah, it's big business. It's $365 billion a year, and that's a lot of money that people already allocate out just to say you need your medicine every month. Most people already got that money budgeted out, and they say, well, I got to go get my meds. But they'll look at me and they ask me and say, why fresh food costs so much? It's like, it doesn't cost that much. If you know this is what you need, you should go get it. But people spend money on what they want and not what they need, So my job is to educate people and say, look, this is what you need, okay? It's easy to buy fast foods, processed foods. So, versus buying foods that's closer to its natural state. So this is what the show is all about. So I think once the universe line up and the producers do what they have to do, if you're listening, if you're listening out there, you're doing what you have to do. Let's get it done so we can really help these individuals who need help.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how can people reach you, book you, have you for speaking engagements, have you as a chef, as a coach? Like, what's up?
Yeah, man. You just go to the website, www.yourbestlifestyles.com. All the contact information is there. Find me on Facebook. Find me on LinkedIn. Facebook and LinkedIn is my main tool that I really show a lot of activity from. So, but you can find me on Instagram as well, even Twitter. But LinkedIn and Facebook are the main two where you connect me from. Just send me an email at terrance.hutchinson2@gmail.com.
Okay. So I do have one more question before we end this call. What do you do for fun?
Watch you work. No, really, I like to travel. I like to sit and watch movies. Most people don't know that about me. Like, I'm a movie buff. I sit there and I watch movies. That really relaxes me. I watch that more than I watch sports games, but I'll go to a live sporting games whenever we can ever do that. I like exercising. I like doing all the manly stuff, but a lot of things, if it doesn't really excite me here, I don't like it. I don't want to do it, and I hate that about me. I try to be open-minded about a lot of activities, but if I don't feel it, I'm not doing it. But I like movies. I like traveling. I like doing things like that. And
You like trying to dance.
I can dance. Thank you. That last dance move I did gave me almost $12,000 for that move.
Yeah, that's true. You did get booked.
Y'all clown me about that, but I got a check off of that, son.
Yeah. Well, I would like to thank you for being a part of Transparency Talks podcast. And to all of my listeners out there, we will see you guys later. Oh, make sure that you follow me on my new channel on YouTube. I had to move everything over because Butter needs to just be Butter. So now I have a new YouTube channel for Transparency Talks podcast. So make sure you look it up and subscribe, and we will see you guys later.
One else. I want to congratulations to everything that you got going on as well. Strange Love is a banger, you and Homa, but also on the syndicated radio stations that this show is going to be on: Japan, Canada, Italy, Detroit. All her shows syndicated. She's going to play live music and everything. So all you independent artists, you got some music out there. So this is huge. I mean, we're live right now on Facebook. But when this gets breakdown, edited out, it goes out to syndicated radio stations around the world. Okay, so congratulations, Ma.
Thank you. I am excited about that. I mean, it's truly a blessing to be, on 7 syndicated shows. I'm like, wow. And it's just growing. It's just growing. So thank you so much. And with that being said, guys, we are out of here. Talk to you guys later.
Have a good night.